right, everyone, we are back. This is season 2 of Sticks and Scotch. Not that we thought the last episode would be the season 1 finale, but we are at a new year. We have another repeat guest. As always, my name is Rahul Krishna, my co-host Mark Lumen, and we have a repeat guest with Chris Fowler. Fuller, sorry.
You try to George Dobson me.
Yeah. And we're here to talk about his new patio that he's got going on. Chris, welcome to the show. Thank you again, as always. Well, I was trying to shake your hand.
I was too busy. I was too busy holding my cigar.
No worries. Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate what you guys do for the downtown area here and the businesses and the platform you're trying to provide for us to get some things out to the community. So yeah, this is your second time here. I guess several months ago we shot one inside, and since then we've built this really nice patio. We're super happy and excited about it, and I think a lot of other people are too. The customers that come in have been giving us some nice compliments on this addition. And as you can see, we have the fire pit here, which has been a very popular when the weather has permitted. We had that little bout with Old Man Winter here a couple of weeks ago, but
it's kind of finicky around here.
Supposed to be nice next week.
Yeah,
until Friday. Anyway.
It's really nice when you can't see it. Well, I guess you can kind of see it off to the side there. We have the doors that go to the inside, and when the weather permits, we open those doors up, and it's almost like just an extension of the inside area out here. But the fire pit's been really popular. We're in the process of getting our tobacco license, so we will soon have cigars available here for purchase. As we're partaking in one here. So we'll soon have cigars for purchase. People have been, for now bringing their own and sitting out here and enjoying a nice whiskey pour and a cigar, which is kind of the vision I had for at least part of this outdoor area. A couple of TVs back here that we have, and you can see a couple of the standalone heaters, but we also have this big tube heater that runs the whole length of the awning, and so we can turn that on. It's gas operated, and it puts out some nice heat over here when the weather is chilly. So we've been able to use it quite a bit so far, minus that that week of really bad weather that we had.
It'd be nice spring and fall. I mean, when it's just cool.
Yeah, and it's really expanded our seating capacity too. Sometimes you'll look around on a Friday night and the inside, you think, oh, we're not that busy, but you come out here and there's 25, 30 people sitting out on the patio. So it's really basically doubled the amount of seating capacity that we had, which is nice also.
Yeah, and you cannot see behind us, but there's another row of seating back towards the street there, and then you see the covered patio coming back this way. When are you expecting to, guessing when you'll have your tobacco license and be?
It shouldn't be too much longer. We've sent it off a couple of months ago. We had in the time that we printed the application initially, and then we decided to wait on it because we decided to wait on the patio. Once we got into last summer, and we knew that we were going to open in the summer, we didn't feel a need to rush the patio because, let's face it, it's hot.
Yeah.
When we opened August 1st, there weren't too many people sitting outside here in August, so we pushed the patio back. We started on it in October, and so we kind of held off on the tobacco license. But in the meantime, we had printed off an application, and then between the time that we printed it and the time we actually sent it to the state, the application changed. And so they had it for a while up there in Little Rock, and then they sent it back to us and said you need to fill out the new application, which we weren't aware of, that it existed. And so we've sent the new application off, and it shouldn't be much more than a couple of weeks, I think, before we have it and we're able to sell cigars here.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of cigars do you sell?
I think we'll have at least a decent range of, some more that are on the mild, sweeter kind of side, and some more robust ones. I think, actually, me personally, I'm kind of relatively new to cigars, so I prefer a little milder smoke. Whereas, guys that have been smoking cigars for a while, or ladies, we've had ladies sitting out here smoking cigars too, might prefer a more robust cigar than something that I will buy. So I think we'll have a nice little range of, milder to more robust.
How you doing, Ashley? We're doing. I got you. So, we're doing a podcast. You want to come join? No.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
You're good. Good to see you. Hey,
Don't worry, you're on it.
Just, hey, just so you know, it's packed up there.
Oh, wonderful. That means money.
There you go.
Hey, can I borrow that torch?
Oh, I put it inside.
No, I have
you
a
have
lot.
one?
Yeah.
This one.
Sorry, we got sidetracked there. Yeah.
Hey, that's downtown living.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to know that walks by.
Yeah.
And,
He's got apartments upstairs
yeah,
too.
so, yeah, I was
We
going to
We
kind
do.
of bring that up.
Yeah.
It happens to be a tenant, is it not? It's
Yeah,
a-
we have 5 apartments on the second floor. They're all. Well, we have one that we keep for ourselves when we want to stay here. We stayed down here during Ice Mageddon, the ice storm, which was kind of cool. We walked down to our good buddy George Dodson's house. Had gumbo one day. They lost power down there for probably close to 24 hours. We never lost it here, so they were down here a little bit. We were down there a little bit, and everything was closed down here. But it was nice to just have the option to. I don't know if I should even say walk. We kind of skated around down there.
And I saw some pictures from that. It
Yeah.
really looked nice. The
Yeah.
old buildings look nice in the
Yeah,
white.
it was kind of something you don't see here too often. Everything was covered in ice and snow, and it was really it was kind of pretty down here to take some pictures, and the streets were pretty empty, but they were covered with ice and snow, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, we have the one apartment that we stay in from time to time, which we also have on Airbnb. Actually, we just got an Airbnb rental for it today for all this coming week. Somebody that's coming in from out of town to work, and so he's going to be staying up there in our apartment for his week here in Texarkana. So yeah, it's been great, and the comments that we get from people that come in, when you do something like this, you have this vision of what you want to create, but when other people come in and say, man, this is it doesn't. We love our community, but when they come in and say it doesn't feel like Texarkana in here, it feels like I'm in New Orleans or whatever. We've heard a bunch of different cities. That's kind of what we were trying to create here in our town. And when you get that affirmation from people that they see the same thing that your vision wanted to create, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and it's the Eagle spirits and wine.
Bourbon and wine.
Bourbon and wine.
Yeah.
If you want to look on Facebook, that's what you look up to
Yeah.
find them down there. And when was that building built? Do you know when it was built?
Late 1800s.
Late
I mean, it goes back almost to the beginning of Texarkana. I think Texarkana was formed in 73, something like that.
Yeah, late 1800s.
So this building was, it was one of the original buildings down here.
Speaking of, go ahead and tell us about this recent award that you got.
Yeah, that was really cool. We got Main Street Texarkana notified us back in October or November that they were going to nominate us for a state preservation award, and we didn't realize how big of a deal this was until we actually were in Little Rock a couple of weeks ago. Actually, a a week ago, so we won a state award for historic preservation through rehabilitation, meaning that we rehabilitated our building, but we took a lot of steps to preserve some of the history of the building, like the windows, which was a big deal. We had those old, single hung wood windows. There aren't a lot of people nowadays that know how to work on them. And we were able to find a guy, I think we talked about this last podcast, but we were able to find a guy in Conway that his specialty was restoring old windows. He came down, took them out, took them to his shop in Conway, repaired them, brought them back down and put them back in. And so I think that went a long way to us getting, the recognition of winning that award, because it was not an easy process, but it was one that was important to us to try to maintain some of the original look of the building.
The ceilings are kind of those tiles, are they not?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't look up a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, some of the wood we didn't have to replace in there. It was still in good enough shape. We had to replace. There was a lot of water damage in the front of the building, where the roof had been leaking, and we had to replace a lot of the wood up there in the front part of the building. But a lot of it in the back was in good enough shape. We didn't have to really do anything with it. The floor is, it's the original floor. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's that beautiful old penny tile flooring that you just can't get nowadays, and it's in for its age, it's in really good condition. So we wanted to keep that in there. But yeah, that award, it was something really special to us. Texarkana had never had. They had an individual that was honored for historic preservation, but they never. This is the first time there was a building that won an award for historic preservation in the history of Texarkana. And we not only had one, but George Dodson won for his residence down here. He won an award too, so it was really cool. We went up there and we stayed in the same hotel, and we went out afterwards with George and Tiffany, and it was a wonderful time. And like I said, we didn't understand the significance of it, and there were 500 people at this banquet.
Was one of them Bill Gates by any chance?
And he said they
looked like Bill Gates.
Dude.
And he said they really there wasn't but like 150. He needs a lot.
I need a lot.
I mean, there wasn't statewide. There was, for the whole state, there wasn't that many awards given.
I think there were, I want to say 11.
Oh,
and we won 2 of them here in Texarkana.
so that's awesome.
Yeah.
11 awards, 500 people.
And the reason I did think it was Bill Gates is because he's the biggest landowner in Arkansas.
So this is an inside joke I don't know nothing about.
So on the awards, on the pictures that they post on Facebook, I put some guy there looked kind of like Bill Gates, and the angle that they took, it kind of made it look exactly like him, and I just posted under, it's like, is that Bill Gates?
Yeah.
And I was actually serious because he is a very big landowner in the state of Arkansas. He's the largest landowner, and he actually goes to Little Rock and stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. He gives speeches. And
So it's a half serious question.
yeah.
I thought it was funny. I had to ha-ha that on Facebook. But yeah, that guy, that dude, he looked exactly like that. Maybe it was. I don't know. If it was.
No, I saw another angle. It wasn't.
He was going by some alias.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob.
Bob Gates.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that was really cool, and it's good to bring that award back to Texarkana, and it's something I know George was proud of too, the work that the work that he put into designing his place, and it was super cool. It was a fun night. It was a fun night.
So, if you've never been here, the address is, what is your address?
116 East Broad Street.
Broad Street. And y'all don't, y'all do food, what do you call it? More, it's not appetizer type or
Charcuterie. Charcuterie and appetizers. We get a lot of compliments on the charcuterie boards. And,
it's awesome.
Thank you.
It really is.
I appreciate that. We went to several food shows before we opened, even since we've opened, and trying to taste a lot of things and make sure that we get what we feel is like the best mix on a charcuterie board. And we've taste tested several, lots of meats and cheeses and things like that, and we feel like we've got a really good selection of what we put on the charcuterie boards. We do things like shrimp cocktail. My wife Melissa, she makes the cocktail sauce. We've had people, lots of compliments about the cocktail sauce, and we do pimento cheese. What else? We got into, when it got colder, I was making some homemade chili, which was a pretty big hit. I know I'm leaving a couple things out, but anyway, it's munchy type food. If you want to come in, have a couple of drinks, have something to munch on. We're not gonna feed you a full dinner, but it's nice to have something to eat while you're.
To me, it's just right with the drink.
You. Thank you.
I don't eat a big meal and drink old fashions, which you have the best old fashions in town.
I appreciate that.
Not only have I've heard that from several different people from different people I know that don't know each other.
Yeah,
so,
we've actually had more than one person that have told us it's the best old fashioned they've ever had. One guy went as far to say that he's drank old fashions all over the country, and it was the best one he's ever had. And that's about as big a compliment, I think, as a bar or lounge that's focused on bourbon. It's probably about the biggest compliment you can get, because you can't call yourself a bourbon bar and not have a good old fashioned.
Right. Exactly.
But outside of that, and we get some questions from time to time. The name of it, the Eagle Bourbon and Wine Lounge. Sometimes I think people think that all we have is bourbon and wine, but we have really good drinks outside of the scope of just whiskey and wine. We make really good martinis, and we're constantly trying to do some special martinis based on the time of the year and a certain holiday. Like we just had a king cake martini yesterday for Mardi Gras.
What goes in a king cake martini?
You're not supposed to ask him that.
It's
a trade secret.
I can.
Oh.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
It's not proprietary to
Yeah.
But some vanilla vodka and Bailey's, and man, our bartenders come up with all that stuff. I tell them what we want to do, and then they execute it.
Oh, okay.
You have a good a selection of beer. I happen to be an IPA drinker.
Same.
And
Boo.
And he always carries a good IPA for IPA drinkers.
And that's mostly because that's what I like to drink too. On the beer front, I'm a big IPA guy, and I know there's a lot of people who they're too hoppy for a lot of people. Rival pointing to himself, but we do carry like Mick Ultra on the domestic side, and Love Street Blonde. We usually have that, and Stella, as well as some other type. We have a cider on tap.
They had a great Oktoberfest.
Yeah, we'll bring that back.
Good.
I love to have an Oktoberfest beer in the fall. But yeah, we have a full bar. We do execute. Right now, we have a chocolate strawberry martini for Valentine's Day that a lot of people have been, especially the ladies, they've been coming in and raving about that. So we try to change it up and do some specialty things. like I said, and to go along with the time of the year. But yeah, it's and a big credit to Billy, our head bartender. It's pretty much his drink program. I tell him I have some ideas, and then he goes and executes it. And Grace and they do a great job executing what we want to do. And so all the credit in terms of the quality of the drinks, that goes to them.
And we talked about you. You also have the apartments. You've got this down here, or the just built the patio. Been here a month, 2 months.
About three, maybe in October.
Mid-November.
Mid-November.
We actually had a Christmas party out here. I think it was. I want to say it was November 14th. Was the first Christmas party, and we had it out here on the patio. It wasn't 100% ready, but it was about 90%, and the people loved it. And so yeah, it was about mid-November. So we're almost 3 months now. We've had it out here. Time flies.
And you can go back to our first podcast with Chris, but you're from Cincinnati, or lived there for quite some time.
Yeah.
You was an educator and a baseball scout.
I was baseball scout.
Baseball scout. And did you used to come to Texas?
Not. Well, I was here working as in my baseball scout role, and my wife, who you said educator, she was the educator. But I met her when I was here, and that's how I ended up here. We got married about 3 years ago. So she retired from teaching. I retired from baseball scouting, and we decided to do this. And, sometimes I think we were crazy, but but it's been we're enjoying it. Yeah, it is. I mean, it was, but we're enjoying it.
Yeah.
We love being here. It's work. I mean, it's not all. I think sometimes if you've never been in this type of business or the service industry, and from the outside looking in, you're like, oh man, that must be, awesome. I mean, I had the same thoughts, they're just hanging out. Yeah. But it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and especially if you want to make it successful. We're only open 4 days a week, but what people don't see the other 3 days is what you're doing behind the scenes. And it's even though we're only open for 4 days a week, which is going to change soon, and we can talk about that.
Okay.
Right now it's Wednesday through Saturday.
Right now it's Wednesday through Saturday, 4 to 9 Wednesday and Thursday, and 3 to 11 Friday and Saturday. You're still doing a lot of work the days that you're not open, including being here, doing things. So there's a lot of other hours that go into it than just being
people
here.
Don't see.
Right, just being here during the open hours. But to that end, next Tuesday we're going to start doing Taco Tuesdays, and we're going to have the Los Tacos taco truck parked right out here, right next to the patio. We're going to do some margarita specials on Tuesdays. I love doing we call them small biz collabs, working together with other small business owners here in town. We've done it with the guys from Betrothed Cigar Lounge up there. They brought their mobile cigar lounge out here a couple of times. We had a food truck Friday one time. We had the Chefed Up Fries food truck out here, which was, those guys do a really good job. We've got another thing to talk about, a local chocolate company here, Point Deluxe Chocolates, who they approached us about doing some bourbon infused chocolates, and I was like, heck yeah. And so I told them, while they created some samples for us, I told him some other flavors that we wanted to do, and now we're selling the chocolates here inside at the bar, and they are absolutely amazing. They do a wonderful job at handcrafting these chocolates that are infused with. I think we have Buffalo Trace, Woodford Double Oak, the Knob Creek Smoked Maple. We have a Fireball one for all you Fireball lovers out there. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, an Amaretto. I mean, there's 7 different flavors. They're really good. So we love doing the small business collaborations with other small businesses here. So I approached Rafael that owns Los Tacos. I said, hey, why don't we try this? And I don't know if it's going to be good or if people aren't going to be interested. I don't know, but we're throwing things out right now and seeing what the community wants and what they will support, and we're just going to keep doing that. So.
And this is that we discussed before, but this is a close knit. You mentioned George. George happens to have a business downtown, and I know that several of or almost all the owners downtown.
Yeah.
And y'all work together. Nobody fights each other about anything.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I was going to see, can I see that?
He's always
Go ahead.
neat.
The other thing too, more along, or more examples of the small business collaborations. We get a lot of people that contact us about hosting events here, and because we don't have a full kitchen and can't offer full, plated dinners that come from our kitchen, we have partnered with, some of the other local restaurants here downtown for events and Christmas parties and things like that. And we've worked with, Paul down at Verona, and we've worked with Zapatas and Manuel and Hopkins and Christian and George and David. And we just had a birthday party in here yesterday morning. Saturday morning they wanted to do like a brunch party, and so we partnered with Will Harris over here at MEP's, and he did the food, and so we've got the partnerships here, and all these downtown businesses, they all support each other, and it's been a pleasure working with the different businesses here on things like that they can provide. We can provide the space, and they can provide the food. And of course, we offer what we do as a package as well. If you're looking for lighter options for your event, but if you're looking for dinner options, we can do that as well and partner with the local restaurants downtown here to do that.
And Verona's are Italian, Zapata's Mexican, Hopkins American, but they're all within 3 blocks.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you ordered from there, still be hot, still be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, in fact, when we the 3 or 4 times we've worked with Verona, Paul and his staff just walk down here with the food and deliver it right straight from their kitchen. Same thing with Zapatas. I mean, I just drove down there and picked it up, but it came out straight from their kitchen. They text me when it's ready, and same thing with Hopkins. So then when it gets here, it's just come from the kitchen. It's hot and it's ready to go, and that's been a big big success and a big thing for us. But I think also we're driving the people that want to have their events here. We're able to give the other businesses here some business as well, and it's all win-win. Absolutely. We love our downtown area, and we love the downtown business owners, and that's what it's all about.
And downtown is growing. I know there's 2 or 3 other locations coming in down here that are specialty kind of locations. Kilwins is coming in. Right down the street. more housing is coming in. The bank building over here, I see David has got his windows and starting to go up with that. And
Check out our previous podcast for more on that.
The PV podcast.
The PV podcast.
But he was looking forward to anyway getting those windows, and he's got them. So downtown is really growing for anybody that hasn't been down here. You mentioned start doing this Tuesday. Is this something that you're going to extend, or are you going to kind of wait and see how it works?
I'd like to do it every Tuesday, but you know, we have to make sure that that it's worth, you know, Los Tacos' time, and it's worth, you know, us to open up on Tuesday and bring some staff in. But our hope is that, you know, it becomes an every Tuesday thing, and you know, it's people can come if you care about, you know, if supporting the downtown businesses is important to you. You can come down here in one location and support too. So that's kind of the thought process behind it. But we're going to try it, and we're going to see if we get enough traffic, and if we do, we'll continue to do it. And you know, if not, then we'll revisit it and see if we need to make some changes. But yeah, right now that's the plan, and hopefully we get some people excited about it.
And everything down here is locally owned and operated, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know of anything that's not. Yeah. And you know, it's the community is only as strong as the local businesses that live and work in the community, and it's so exciting to see. You know, like we're looking at the Texarkana Bank over here, the old Texarkana National Bank, and we mentioned it, and David trying to get that. He's put, you know, a lot of money into it already. They're about to put windows in it, you know, which he told me I think it's $600,000 just to put windows in it. That's a big piece for downtown. If that can get finished, I know he's trying to pre-sell condominiums, apartments over there to raise the rest of the money to finance to finish that building. It's a beautiful old building. It's a huge undertaking, and kudos to him for doing it. But along the lines of the Grimm getting redone, which was big for downtown, that's another huge piece. The more people that we can get, the more residential space down here, the better for the businesses, the better for everything. And hopefully that's able to get done in the near future, because I think that'd be a big asset to downtown.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, when we did that podcast on them, it seemed like it was a little whiles away, but from what I understand, it's closer than I thought.
Yeah, the windows are a big part of that. I mean, you can do all the work inside a building that you want, but until you get it enclosed, yeah, I mean, you're kind of just spinning your wheels. You get rain and weather in it, and it kind of you know, deteriorates or can deteriorate what you've already done to it. Getting that building with windows is a huge step towards the project, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's a historical, probably 80% of the buildings down here are still historical,
Yeah.
Close to it. I don't know.
Well, it just kind of presents a challenge in itself, because you do have to kind of restore that historical, and that's probably a little, in my opinion, I actually don't know, but like, I mean, don't you think that's probably a little bit more expensive to restore something old than it is to build something
Without
new?
question. I mean, you can look at, and there's you know, several buildings that are for sale down here. It's not the sale price that prohibits people
Right.
from buying them. It's what it costs to renovate them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah, I know that firsthand.
He got an award for it.
Yeah.
But
Thought the building was kind of less expensive than the renovation.
Yeah, and you know, I saw, you know, David put something out about this building the other day about you know, investing in it, basically buying your condo in it, and somebody, you know, I think the range was from like the upper 100 and maybe like 150,000 to
Like
400,
yeah, something like that.
470 some
That
thousand.
top floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I saw a comment on Facebook, you know, $500,000 for a condo in Texarkana, y'all have lost your minds. But what people don't understand is that that building is a $15 million renovation.
Yes. And $500,000. If you went to Dallas, you couldn't get in.
No.
No.
You, I mean,
You
for
couldn't go.
what that's going to be, for what a $500,000 is going to get you over there, it would be 3 times that amount in a bigger city. But what people don't understand, and there's a lot
Say
of
it, Chris.
negativity. I'm going to say it
Is
because
it?
there's a lot of negativity that goes on in this town on
Oh, yeah.
Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And what people don't understand is the amount of money that it takes to do something like that, and you just can't give it away. I mean, you can't. And you know, if you want things like that to be done in this town, there has to be a price that's paid for it. And
I know David, that's a labor of love. Because
Absolutely.
He's always, you know, I mean, he's always you know,
Yeah.
selling his vision like you
Yeah.
sell. I mean, because if y'all ever come down here, first of all, history is, once it's tore down, you can never get it back.
Mhm.
And for somebody to be an entrepreneur and come in here and say, you know, Cincinnati, I'm sure Cincinnati has a lot of nice places
Yeah.
in Cincinnati.
Yeah, for sure.
And you come down here and you go, wow, and when you came down here, maybe 4 places, I don't know, you know, there wasn't that many, a lot more now, but to say, you know, I'm fixing to take my personal self and
Yeah.
my finances and throw it off into something that may or may not make it. I mean, that's huge to
It's
me.
a lot, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I talk about it a lot, but
Yeah.
I never do it.
Well, look, I mean, and I don't blame people that don't, because it's a huge financial risk. It really is, and it takes I'm not tooting my own horn by any means, but it takes a vision and a special kind of person that's really willing to take the risk, because it's scary.
Yeah.
It is. When we did this, I didn't know if one person would walk through
Yeah.
the
What
the-
made you trip to do that? I mean, like you said, I mean, you could have kept your personal to your, you know,
Yeah.
and gone through, but you chose to gamble it.
Honestly, our motivation, we love this town, we love this community, we love downtown. We frequent when we go out to eat, 90% of the time it's someplace down here. I hate that we lost Pecan Point. Hopefully somebody buys that and does great things with it.
And we lost Pecan Point because of a tragedy, not
Right.
because of.
Yeah, it wasn't because
Yeah.
they
Well,
were not doing well.
Yeah.
You know,
It was doing really well.
It was a tragedy, and you know, it's sad, and but we wanted to create something here. What we did here was the kind of place we look for when we travel, and that's what we wanted to create here in Texarkana, especially downtown. There was only one place that we ever considered doing it, and it wasn't out there by the interstate. It was here, and we wanted to create something here that we felt our town needed and deserved, and that's what we did. And took that leap of faith, and the community, the support that we've gotten from the community it's been overwhelming. We've had very, very few negative comments or things on social media, and a lot of positive comments and positive things. And Melissa and I were just talking about it today. We went out to play 9 holes of golf, and we were sitting in the golf cart, and she was talking about the guy that was in here for the first time last night and what he was saying, and the compliments he was giving to us. And I said, you know what, it'll never get old.
Yeah.
That will never get old.
Yeah.
And you had a vision, and your vision you like for other people to or see it as the same as you.
Just the affirmation that we created what we thought we were creating in other people's eyes. Yeah. And so, it's been really good. We've been open 6 months now, and it's been, a lot of people told us.
Is that all 6 months?
Yeah. It seems
So you opened in September?
August 1st.
August 1st.
So
okay.
February 1st was
Yeah.
6 months, and it's been a whirlwind, but it's been great. The community has really supported us, and we couldn't be more thankful for that.
And I encourage anybody to come and try it, because, like you said, it's just not bourbon and wine. They have other drinks, mixed drinks that women or a lot of people like. I like that chocolate martini myself.
Yeah. It's a dessert in a glass, basically.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Taco Tuesday, for instance.
Yeah.
So they don't, you guys don't have too much tequila by your own. What kind of margaritas are you gonna make?
We do. We carry. We have Lunazul. We have Patron. We carry a couple of the Cuervos. We have Fortaleza, which you wouldn't want to use that to make a margarita because it's too good by itself. But we'll do Patron, and we can make it with whatever tequilas we have here.
Okay.
But we'll run some specials. We'll do some different types of margaritas, and like I said, we'll see how it goes.
I say that to say, going back to Pecan, because they had the best margaritas in Texarkana, and
my wife was what was it, the spicy blackberry margarita? Is that
they had a spicy jalapeno.
Spicy jalapeno.
Yeah.
We'll get into some of that. We'll get into some of that.
It's
And
definitely a void when they shut down.
yeah.
No offense to other places, but not like they didn't have anything like Pecan.
And of course, Zapata's has great margaritas, and if you go in there and drink 2, you're stumbling out the door.
By great means strong.
It's strong.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
He can get you there quick.
For sure.
But as taste goes, that's what I was kind of talking about or referring to, man.
Yeah.
So
Pecan had some good ones.
They did.
So you carry just about every spirit, and you try to do a few high ends.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, our focus is definitely the bourbon, the whiskey, the wine. We have an extensive selection of all those. But I feel
got some pappy every once in a while.
Every once in a while. You know what? We've had 2 bottles of that, and it's
Just
gone.
gone.
Like that. And that stuff is tough to get. And what some people that know bourbon and whiskey, you can go online and buy a lot of stuff that, unfortunately, I can't get here.
Yeah.
Because of I have to go through the Arkansas distribution channels, and unfortunately, Arkansas is not a state that the
it's not-
distilleries target for a lot of allocated bottles.
Right, yeah.
And so I feel like with what I've been able to bring in, I feel like we've been able to bring in a lot
Yeah.
for where we're located.
Yeah.
And that's just the stark reality of it.
Yeah.
As a side note, they do have lockers here,
Mhm.
and
Oh, yeah,
you can
yeah,
talk to
we-
Chris about prices and all that kind of stuff. But
If you're lucky enough to get one.
but I think right now they're almost full, or
They're
Or
full.
full. Yeah,
They're
nothing till
full.
what, July,
So-
August?
Yeah.
I remember
It's
that.
a year.
A year
deal,
lease.
Yeah. And,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And Raul has one.
One.
The Christian, well, I should say the Christians.
We do have Sarah here, and we'll bring her out here in a minute. She'll come
No, we
over
won't.
the
I don't think
She's
she'll.
gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
hey,
Hey, Sarah,
babe.
lift your hand up.
We do
Thank you.
have the lockers, and actually, a friend of ours.
Where
who-
did you get that from?
Yeah, a friend of ours, Patsy Tavener, she and her husband, and Patsy lives here. Unfortunately, her husband, Mike, passed away a few years ago. They owned restaurants in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I know.
And she actually gave us the ideal for the locker. It's D.C. restaurants and bars do this, and y'all should try this. And we were like, you know what, that's a good idea. I'll say this: we had to scale it down a little bit for where we are, in terms of the price.
Yeah.
Right.
But we built 16 lockers. We put them out there at $250 a year, and we put it out on Facebook, and all 16 of them were gone in 24 hours. And so we were like, oh, okay. Now I will say this: we were in Charleston back in the fall. We went to a bourbon bar, and they had lockers. And out of curiosity, I said, "Hey, how much does a locker cost?" And it was $5,000 for a year.
Oh,
So we were scaled way down. I told Melissa, I said, "Damn, we live in the wrong town." But what that allows people to do is then they can buy bottles through us. They can't bring their own. They have to buy them through us. That's state liquor laws. But then they can store them in their locker. They have a nice nameplate on their locker, and so it gives some recognition to people that have bought the lockers. But then when they come in, we have to handle everything. We charge a small corkage fee. They've already paid for the bottle, but they have them here, and they know that they're going to have what they want. And so after we did the initial 16, Mike Rogers Construction said, "Hey, I can build you another set of 12 on the other side." And we were like, okay. So he built us another set, and those 12 went like that. Mike has 2 of them, and
that's why you wanted to
yeah. So yeah, we have 28 lockers in there now that people have bought, and I
Can
think
you only put so many bottles in a locker? I mean,
Yeah, how's that?
our
how's that?
only rule was that you have to have at least 1 bottle in there at all times.
okay.
You can have as many bottles that'll
It
fit in there.
fit.
Oh, okay.
There's people that have 2 or 3 bottles. There's some that have 1 bottle.
And I noticed that there's a bottle of Pappy.
Yeah,
So
the
you
15 year.
Yeah, so you have all the way from 15 year
Yeah.
Pappy to
That
less expensive.
that bottle, here where we are and how hard it is to get that bottle, it's a $4,000 bottle. No kidding.
Ever who owns it, if you ever crack
the seal? Well,
please.
apparently he has a bunch of Pappy at his house too, from what I understand.
Well, I don't know. He has. It's a friend of ours, of my wife and me, and he's been in, 4 or 5 times, but he has yet to open it. So
Oh, yeah?
I think he's saving it for a special occasion.
Well, like I said, what I understand, he's just kind of showing it just to show it.
He could be.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't nothing wrong with
No,
that.
no, yeah, 'cause he got some
Are
at the
you trying to
house.
Are you trying to hate on him for that?
No, not at all. I'm just saying it's probably not going to be opened here. Whereas if I had it, I don't know. I mean, just to
He
me, I'm
wouldn't
like,
open it. He wouldn't offer any to me.
I mean, I'd open it. I just wouldn't offer any to Mark. But no, to me, I'm like, man, you know, there's nothing like, you only live once, you know? And if I bought it, there's no way in heck I would just leave it there, you know?
Right,
Just
you
for
die
show.
tomorrow. And
Yeah,
somebody
something
else,
like that, and just, you know,
there
supposed
drinking.
probably. But, you know, it's just kind of like, I just want to taste it, you know? Especially if I'm going to pay that much for it.
Well, I'll tell you what.
So which pappy do you carry?
We've had the
above
10 year. We've had the 10 year twice. That bottle that Jeff has in his locker, it's the 15 year, and most bourbon connoisseurs say that that's the best one.
Yeah.
The 15 year. So, you know,
Do you
hopefully, hey Jeff, when you do open it, I'm hoping to get a taste of it.
Okay, yeah. Let's go back. Let's go back to the
I
owner's
just
private
want to
stash.
smell
What
it.
you got? What you got at the crib? That's you know just yours and nobody
At the crib?
Yeah, that nobody has a.
You'd probably be disappointed. Well, I'll tell you what. About a year and a half ago, it was September of 24. Melissa and I took a trip up to, you know, Cincinnati's my hometown. It's very, very right across the Ohio River from Kentucky, which, you know, is where 95% of bourbon is produced. So we did some of the distilleries up there in Kentucky. We went to Woodford Reserve. We went to Buffalo Trace. We went to a really cool little distillery called Castle and Key in this old building in Frankfort, Kentucky that used to be an old castle, and it looks like a castle. We went to Boone County Distillery, which produced a bourbon called Gentleman's Cut, which is the bourbon that Steph Curry has his name on.
Okay.
He went and toured a bunch of different distilleries and ended up Boone County Distillery, which is in northern Kentucky, which is about 15 minutes from Cincinnati. They produced a bourbon that he really liked, and so he was like, "Yeah, this is the one I want." So Steph Curry has a bourbon. I mean, he can not only can he make threes, but he likes to drink bourbon. So he's just one of us, right?
Shout out to Steph Curry.
Shout
If you
out
ever
to
want to
Steph.
come on the podcast.
Yeah, man, right here. Texarkana at the Eagle. We got you, bro.
You don't even have to come here. We can do a Zoom call.
But if you come, we'll get that. Do we
Yeah.
have Gentleman's Cut here?
We don't, because I can't get
Yeah.
it here in Arkansas.
Is
So
it
I can-
back to the
I could back
allocation
back to my point is we went up before we
we do
understood.
have one.
Yeah. Before we understood all the liquor laws in the state of Arkansas, we went to Kentucky, and I'm buying all this stuff. I was like, yeah, we're gonna sell all this stuff you can't get it back home
Yeah.
at the Eagle, and then I found out.
Yeah, oh,
Can't do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so
It sounded good when you
Yeah.
buying it.
Sounds like a good idea.
so you know, what the heck? I'm gonna have to drink it all.
We'll help you.
Yeah, but we came back with Gentleman's Cut, and I actually shared that bottle with some friends. That lasted one night amongst about 4 of us. They really liked it, but Castle and Key produces some really, really good bourbon that I brought back that I was able to share with some people.
Is that like a Buffalo Trace, but just a different distillery?
It's a different distillery, but I don't know. It's really hard to I don't know that I really have a comparison for it in terms of taste. It was definitely different, and you know what makes different tastes in terms of bourbon is how long it's in the barrel, where it's stored in the rick house, and you know, the mash bill, of course, what they're using in terms of grains, and you know, all bourbon has to have at least 51% corn to be classified as a bourbon. But you have some bourbon that has a higher rye content, which gives it a little spicier note.
Yeah.
Some that has a higher wheat content, which typically gives it a little sweeter note. But so I don't know that I can really compare it to anything, but I just know that it was really good.
What's your favorite bourbon? Sorry.
You know, the everyday, you know, affordable, I would say, you know, and it's what we make our Eagle Old Fashioned with, would be Woodford Reserve. That's why we make it with Woodford Reserve, because that's one of, and by the way,
consistency,
yeah.
because you did.
And by the way, if you ever get the chance to go to Woodford Reserve Distillery in Versailles, Kentucky, it's beautiful. It's in the middle of
The distillery.
The distillery is beautiful. It's in the middle of like horse farm country, and it looks like this big mansion, but it's a distillery, and it's amazing. But you know, man, Buffalo Trace for its price point is just really, really good bourbon.
Mine's Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare. And that's a Buffalo Trace product, or Buffalo Trace product. It's, you know, MSRP. It's, you know, around $45. Down here, you're not going to find it for $45 very often. But Eagle Rare is really good. I've had the Eagle Rare 12 years.
Yeah.
Which the 10 year is the one that most people are able to get, but the 12 year is really, really good.
Yeah.
There you go, sir.
Oh, thank you. And then, you know, Colonel E.H. Taylor, another Buffalo Trace product, is Heaven Hill makes some really, really good bourbons. I mean, you could go on
Really?
and on and on. Yeah.
Heaven Hill does?
A really, really underrated bourbon that we have here, Wild Turkey Rare Breed.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Huh.
And people hear the name Wild Turkey and you kind of think, oh, you know, it's cheap. Wild Turkey's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
And I'm old, and back in the day,
That's a Wild Turkey. Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
a lot of people do.
Man, that Wild Turkey Rare Breed is a really, really nice pool of bourbon. The Elmer T. Lee that we have in here, which is, I'm kind of getting repetitive, another Buffalo Trace product, but we did a flight around Christmas time that it had the Pappy's 10-year, the Elmer T. Lee, Elijah Craig 18-year, and Colonel E.H. Taylor, the bottled and bond, which is what we have here.
I tell you what's underrated that nobody really talks about much is Penelope.
Penelope does some great stuff.
Yeah, like if you can't
Never
get Eagle
heard of
Rare around here, you can get Penelope.
So Penelope it's a small distillery. I want to say it's in the southeast part of Indiana is where I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Relatively newer, which is probably why I've never heard of it. But they do a lot of specialty. They did a series where they had some specialty where they finished it in different kinds of casks, and I got one bottle in here. It was called Penelope Havana, and it was finished in rum and maple syrup casks, and it was really delicious, and it was not an easy bottle to get, but I haven't been able to get one since. So
You know, I saw a special on television the other day about whiskey, and they were talking about how important the barrel was, and they said if it wasn't for the barrel and the charring of the barrel, it'd be moonshine. It'd all be white.
Yeah. Yeah.
The barrel.
That's the thing.
The charring of the barrel.
Yeah, in order to be classified as a bourbon, it has to be aged in a new charred barrel, and
it has to be 51% corn.
at least 51% corn in the mash bill to be classified as a bourbon. And I mean, and you hear people say, you know, all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon, and that's why they say that, because it's all whiskey, but you can't classify a whiskey as a bourbon if it doesn't have at least 51% corn. So that's
Does it
kind
have
of
to
the
be
difference.
brewed or distilled in Kentucky?
No, it does not. But 95% of it is. Yeah, it's a big cash cow for the state of Kentucky. But no, it does not have to be produced or distilled in Kentucky. And there's like the TX bourbon we have here. You'll see it in the stores. That's a Texas distillery. You can produce it outside of Kentucky. From what I understand,
As long as they follow the rules of
Yeah.
bourbon.
but from what I understand, the reason that most of it is produced in Kentucky is Kentucky sits on a big, huge slab of limestone, and limestone helps create the water mix that's needed to produce whiskey.
Wow.
That's the way I understand it. So
I've got the biggest lesson on bourbon. I really have.
yeah,
As a consumer, I go by taste and what I like.
sure.
So
As does everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's about, and everybody's palate is different. So I can drink a bourbon, and we can all three drink the same bourbon, and I might taste something different than you do or you do. That's kind of what makes it so unique.
Yeah.
So, we've been, this has turned into a very good conversation.
Yeah. This is the point of the whole podcast. It was
Yeah.
just
Yeah, man.
not necessarily to get licks and likes and
Clicks. There
clicks,
you go.
but just to kind of have a convo with some friends. Really, that's kind of why I kind of really got into it.
That's a good time, man.
It definitely evolved into hey, let's do something with downtown, and thank Caleb for that. But so before we go though, today's Super Bowl Sunday, just in case some people Super Bowl picks.
I forgot about that. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
They were
That's why
supposed to have a
that's why
party.
you gotta wrap it up. That's why we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah. Super Bowl picks. Who you got, Mark?
I would take the points and the Patriots.
Points and Patriots.
What's the line? I don't even know what the line.
4.5
4.5.
it was yesterday. So.
Man,
Who you got?
I think they've been the best team in the NFL all year, and I never really thought I would say that about a team that had Sam Darnold as the quarterback. But I don't see the Seahawks losing this one.
Yeah, I don't either. That's who I got. So yeah,
And that defense is legit.
yeah.
That defense
And
is
that's
legit.
what will win it for
Yeah.
me. But I will say that the last 7 Super Bowls, the underdog has won 3 of them. In 7, they covered the spread.
Oh yeah.
And the
There you go, guys.
Seahawks averaged 17.1 points a game, and Patriots averaged 17.6 a game.
You hear that,
So-
DraftKings? If you want to sponsor us.
So, and you could have watched ESPN and
Man.
got this same feedback.
Mark did his research.
But-
Did you prep him with that question?
Hey.
No, I just-
But I don't know that the strength of schedule would bore out what Seattle played
Yeah.
versus
Yeah, New
the
England had
what-
an easy
what-
strength of schedule to
Well, I
get
don't
here.
know about that, but
Well, nothing's
I'm
easy,
just saying,
but,
I'm just saying those are the facts. So
I'm not sold on
place your bet before 5 o'clock.
I'm not sold on the Patriots being as good as getting to this. I mean,
The Tom Brady era.
So
I
you,
mean,
so
let's
you
face it,
have
they're
a-
not as good as
So
Tom
you have
Brady.
a 5-year quarterback that's played for
3
five-
years. This is
or-
second year. This is second
no,
year. Yeah.
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle. Yeah.
Plus-
He's played for like 5 different teams, and you've got this rookie that's hot and hungry, young.
Well, let's
Come on,
face
guys.
it, they pretty much had a bye in the AFC Championship game
Yeah.
when Bo Nix got hurt,
Yeah.
and Denver had to play. Not to take
Did-
not
Okay.
to take anything
Okay.
away from him, but the
I
guy
have
had
an
the guy
NFC
hadn't taken a snap in NFL snap in what
2 years.
2 years. So
Sorry, Stids.
I just
The
I-
defense is going to win it for
I would
Seattle.
I would say personally, very bold of you to take New England and the 4.5 points because I'm going to give those points with Seattle.
You heard it
all
here
day long.
first, people.
Now you know what's funny. By the time you put this podcast out, we'll see how wrong or right we were.
And we can, you know, you can edit this last part back down to not mention it.
No.
Unless I win.
Well, as long as we get a percentage, that's cool.
I'm just hoping that at some point Joe Burrow can stay healthy and my Bengals can get back to the Super Bowl. But that's another conversation.
Yeah. We'll do a sports angle some other time. Anyway, hey, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And yeah, man, good luck for everything. You know, we'll do our part.
Yeah.
To be around here.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Always
Cheers to the new
appreciate
year
it.
for sure.
Always appreciate the support of you guys.
Yeah.
And we got some things coming up that we plan. Kentucky Derby party out here on the patio, where the ladies wear their hats and dresses and all that. We'll have food, and you can't. I mean, if you're a bourbon bar, you got to celebrate the Kentucky Derby, right?
Yeah.
So 116
116 East Broad Street,
Broad Street.
right here in
And,
downtown TXK.
And check them out on Facebook.
Or in person.
Or, yep.
And don't
Anyway.
forget to like and subscribe. We always forget to say that to people.
That's the whole reason of doing it.
Yeah.
Well, not the whole reason.
The
but one
whole
of the
reason is just to have a good conversation and a drink. But
an excuse to drink some whiskey and smoke a stick.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Well, thank you, Chris.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate what you all do for downtown.
Yeah. All right.